What if I told you that the tea sitting in your cabinet right now, the one you drink every morning because you heard it was good for your kidneys, might actually be doing the opposite of what you intended? I know that sounds dramatic. And I want to be clear from the start. I'm not here to scare you away from herbal teas. Many of them have genuine benefits, real compounds that research supports for various aspects of health. But here's the catch that almost nobody talks about. And it's a catch that matters a whole lot more after you turn 60. Your kidneys at 65 are not your kidneys at 45. And the way most people use herbal teas, the doses, the frequency, the combinations with medications, the assumption that natural always means safe, this approach can quietly strain organs that are already working harder than you realize. Over time, this hidden strain can chip away at your energy, your independence, and your kidney function itself. And the frustrating part is that you might never connect the dots. You might just think, well, I'm getting older, I'm supposed to feel more tired. But what if some of that fatigue isn't just age? What if some of it is preventable? That's what we're going to explore today. Not to frighten you, but to give you the information that can help you make smarter choices. The kind of information that rarely makes it into cheerful articles about herbal remedies. Here's the thing about herbal teas that makes them so appealing. They feel wholesome. They feel like you're doing something good for yourself. And in many ways, you are. Staying hydrated is important. Certain herbs contain compounds studied for anti-inflammatory effects, digestive support, relaxation, and even kidney health in specific contexts. The problem isn't the teas themselves. The problem is the gap between how these teas work in a young, healthy body with fully functioning kidneys and how they work in a body that's been around for 6, 7, 8 decades. Your kidneys filter around 50 gallons of blood every single day. They adjust fluid balance, regulate electrolytes, help control blood pressure, and clear waste products, including byproducts of everything you eat, drink, and take as medication. They're remarkable organs, but they experience gradual decline as we age, even in people with no kidney disease whatsoever. Large observational studies from recent years have confirmed what kidney specialists long suspected. By age 60, most people have already lost a meaningful percentage of their original kidney filtration capacity. Some estimates suggest decline of around 1% per year after 40. And here's what no one mentions. You can lose a substantial portion of kidney function before any symptoms appear or routine blood tests catch it. This means millions of people over 60 are walking around with kidneys working harder to do the same job they used to do easily. Those kidneys are more vulnerable to additional stressors, including stressors that seem completely benign, like drinking several cups of herbal tea every day. Before we go further, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me your age, what herbal teas you drink regularly, and how many cups you typically have daily. I read these comments, and they help me understand what topics matter most to viewers like you. Plus, you might find others have had similar experiences, and that can be incredibly validating. All right, let's get into the 7 truths about herbal teas and kidney health after 60. We're counting down from number 7 to number 1, and I promise you, the number 1 truth ties everything together in a way that might change how you think about this whole topic. Truth number 7. Most people over 60 already have reduced kidney function and don't know it. This is the foundation everything else builds on. Kidney function is measured by something called the glomerular filtration rate, or GFR. Think of it as the speed at which your kidneys can filter blood. When you're young and healthy, this rate is high. As you age, it naturally decreases, even without any disease process. Here's what's concerning. The early and even moderate stages of kidney function decline often produce no symptoms at all. Your kidneys are overachievers. They compensate until they simply can't anymore. You could be walking around with kidneys functioning at 70 or 60% of optimal capacity and feel completely fine. Recent guidelines from major kidney health organizations have updated how we think about age-related kidney changes. While mild GFR decrease might be expected with aging, it still matters clinically. It means your kidneys have less reserve capacity. They're less able to handle sudden challenges, whether that's dehydration, a new medication, an infection, or concentrated compounds from herbal products consumed day after day. Action step. If you're over 60 and haven't had kidney function checked recently, ask your doctor at your next visit. A basic metabolic panel includes creatinine, used to estimate GFR. Who should be extra cautious? Anyone with diabetes, high blood pressure, family history of kidney disease, or who takes multiple medications should be especially proactive about knowing their baseline kidney function. Truth number 6. Some herbal teas are powerful diuretics, and that's not always good. When people think of herbal teas for kidney health, they often gravitate toward teas promising to flush the kidneys, cleanse the urinary tract, or reduce water retention. Many work by increasing urine output. They're diuretics. In certain contexts, a mild diuretic effect can help, but here's where it backfires for people over 60. Increased urination means increased fluid loss. If you're not compensating with enough water intake, you're essentially dehydrating yourself. Your kidneys need adequate fluid to function properly. Chronic, mild dehydration forces them to concentrate urine more, work harder, and over time, this stress can contribute to decline. It gets more complicated if you're already taking a prescription diuretic for blood pressure or heart failure. Adding herbal diuretics on top can amplify the effect unpredictably, potentially dropping blood pressure too low, causing dizziness or falls, and stressing kidneys further. Common herbal teas with notable diuretic properties include dandelion, nettle, horsetail, parsley tea, and hibiscus. These aren't bad teas. Hibiscus in particular has interesting research for blood pressure, but dose and context matter enormously. Action step. If you drink diuretic teas, pay close attention to overall fluid intake. Drink plenty of plain water throughout the day. If you take prescription diuretics or blood pressure medication, mention your herbal tea habits to your doctor or pharmacist. Who should be extra cautious? Anyone on diuretics, blood pressure medications, or with history of low blood pressure, falls, or dizziness. Truth number 5. High oxalate teas can contribute to kidney stones, especially without careful hydration and calcium intake. Oxalates are natural compounds found in many plants. In moderate amounts, they're not a problem for most people. But when consumed in large quantities, especially in concentrated forms without adequate fluid intake, oxalates can bind with calcium in the kidneys and contribute to kidney stone formation. Kidney stones become more common as we age. They're painful, sometimes require medical intervention, and can damage kidney tissue. What most people don't realize is that some popular herbal teas are quite high in oxalates. Several herbal blends contain significant oxalate loads. Rhubarb tea, sorrel tea, and some detox blends fall into this category. Here's the mechanism, in simple terms. When you consume lots of oxalates without enough plain water, your urine becomes more concentrated. Concentrated urine is the perfect environment for oxalate crystals to form and clump together. Over time, these can grow into stones. Research shows that getting adequate calcium from food actually helps prevent oxalate stones, because calcium binds oxalates in the gut before they reach the kidneys. But many older adults don't get enough dietary calcium. Action step. If you have kidney stone history, talk to your doctor before regularly consuming high oxalate herbal teas. Everyone over 60 should prioritize adequate water intake and discuss dietary calcium with their healthcare provider. Who should be extra cautious? Anyone with personal or family kidney stone history, anyone tending toward low fluid intake, and anyone avoiding dietary calcium. Let me pause here and tell you about someone I'll call Mary. She's 72, active, health conscious, genuinely trying to do right by her body. About 8 months ago, Mary read an article about a particular kidney cleansing tea blend. The article made it sound like this tea could flush toxins, support kidney function, and help with her mild ankle swelling. Mary started drinking 3 to 4 cups daily. She figured if 1 cup was good, more would be better. The tea tasted pleasant, and she felt she was doing something proactive. For the first few weeks, she noticed increased urination, which she interpreted as a sign the tea was working, flushing out toxins. Her ankle swelling seemed a bit better. She felt validated. But about 2 months in, Mary started feeling more tired than usual. She blamed poor sleep. Then her ankles were actually puffier than before. She dismissed it as weather changes. When she felt vaguely nauseous in the afternoons, she thought maybe something disagreed with her. It wasn't until her next routine checkup that her doctor noticed her kidney function numbers had declined compared to the previous year. Her creatinine was higher, estimated GFR lower, and she had developed slightly elevated potassium. Mary was confused. She'd been trying so hard to be healthy, and this is where it backfires. That kidney cleanse blend contained several herbs with strong diuretic effects. Mary had been gradually dehydrating herself while thinking she was flushing toxins. The blend also contained ingredients that can elevate potassium levels, and Mary was already on blood pressure medication that raises potassium slightly. The combination of chronic, mild dehydration, extra potassium load, and her already age-diminished kidney reserves had created a perfect storm of kidney stress. The good news is that Mary's doctor caught it relatively early. She stopped the tea, focused on hydration, and her numbers improved over following months. But she lost kidney function reserve she can't get back. Mary's story isn't rare. It plays out in subtle ways in households across the country. Truth number 4. Many herbal tea blends marketed for kidney health contain hidden potassium, and for millions of seniors on common medications, this is a real risk. Potassium is an essential mineral. Your body needs it for nerve function, muscle contractions, and heart rhythm. But too much potassium, a condition called hyperkalemia, can be dangerous. In severe cases, it can cause life-threatening heart rhythm problems. Healthy kidneys regulate potassium beautifully, excreting excess amounts efficiently. But as kidney function decreases, the ability to clear potassium diminishes. Potassium can accumulate. Now add medications into the mix. Tens of millions of people over 60 take ACE inhibitors or ARBs for blood pressure or heart protection. These medications have a side effect of raising potassium levels. Similarly, potassium-sparing diuretics can elevate potassium. If you're on one of these medications and your kidney function is already reduced, and then you start drinking several cups daily of an herbal tea blend high in potassium, you're adding fuel to a fire you can't see. Some herbal ingredients have notable potassium content. Dandelion, nettle, and various herbal extracts can contribute meaningful amounts, especially in concentrated quantities. Action step. If you take ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, or if you have reduced kidney function, be very cautious with herbal teas marketed for kidney cleansing or detox. Discuss any regular herbal tea use with your doctor or pharmacist. Who should be extra cautious? Anyone on these medications or with known chronic kidney disease. Truth number 3. Drug-herb interactions are more common than most people realize, and seniors are at highest risk. Here's something most people never hear from their doctor. Herbal products can interact with prescription medications in ways that either amplify or diminish the medication's effects, sometimes dangerously. Your liver and kidneys are responsible for processing both medications and herbal compounds. When you consume certain herbs regularly, they can affect the enzyme systems that metabolize your medications. This might make a medication more potent than intended, increasing side effects, or it might make a medication less effective. People over 60 take more medications than any other age group. Each additional medication increases the potential for interactions, and herbal products add to that complexity. Some herbal compounds can affect blood clotting. If you're on blood thinners, this increases bleeding risk. Certain teas can affect blood sugar levels. If you're on diabetes medication, this could lead to blood sugar that's too low or too high. Some herbs interact with lithium. They can affect how the body eliminates lithium, potentially leading to toxic levels. Meta-analyses from recent years have emphasized that older adults are particularly vulnerable to herb-drug interactions because of polypharmacy and reduced organ function. Action step. Before regularly consuming any herbal tea, tell your doctor and pharmacist about it, especially if you take prescription medications. Don't assume they'll ask. Bring it up proactively. Who should be extra cautious? Anyone on blood thinners, diabetes medications, lithium, heart medications, or anyone taking 4 or more prescription drugs. Truth number 2, the dose and concentration matter far more than most people think. There's a saying in toxicology that the dose makes the poison. An occasional cup of chamomile is vastly different from drinking 5 cups daily of concentrated detox blend. The compounds accumulate. The effects magnify. What might be harmless in small amounts can become problematic in larger doses. This is where the health halo effect becomes dangerous. People hear that an herb is natural and healthy, and they assume more is better. They switch from 2 cups to 5. They seek concentrated extracts, but your kidneys have limited capacity for handling concentrated compounds. Every cup adds to the load they need to clear. For young kidneys, this might not matter. For kidneys already working at reduced capacity, it's cumulative stress. Researchers have noted that many cases of herbal-related kidney injury involve chronic use of high doses, not one-time exposure. The damage builds gradually. Action step. Practice moderation. 1 to 2 cups of mild herbal tea daily is generally reasonable for healthy seniors. Concentrated blends need much more caution. More is not automatically better. Who should be extra cautious? Anyone with all or nothing health tendencies, using concentrated products, or with existing kidney concerns. And now we arrive at truth number 1. This is the key catch that ties everything together. Truth number 1. Your kidneys care about total load and context, not labels. Your kidneys don't read the packaging. They don't know the manufacturer called it natural or cleansing. They only experience the sum total of everything you're asking them to process. Total load means the combined burden from fluids, compounds, medications, electrolytes, and waste products that your kidneys have to handle. When you're young, the load can be high without problems because reserve capacity is enormous. As you age, reserve shrinks. The threshold for strain gets lower. Context means all circumstances surrounding your consumption. Are you well hydrated otherwise? What medications are you taking? Pre-existing conditions? What else are you consuming? A cup of herbal tea in one context might be fine. The same cup in a different context might be problematic. This is why blanket statements about herbal teas being safe or dangerous are both misleading. It's about the tea in your specific situation, with your specific kidneys, medications, and health status. After 60, your kidneys can't afford constant experiments. They need a clear, informed approach respecting their reduced capacity. Before trying something new, ask, what is my total kidney load? What is my context? Now, here's a practical kidney-safe herbal tea blueprint. Quantities. 1 to 2 cups of mild herbal tea daily is generally low risk for healthy seniors. With reduced kidney function or multiple medications, be more conservative. Lower risk options: weak chamomile, peppermint, ginger in moderate amounts, rooibos, generally gentle without strong diuretic effects. Options needing caution: detox, cleanse, or kidney flush teas. Dandelion, nettle, horsetail, parsley, if on blood pressure medications. Hibiscus can lower blood pressure. Higher risk options requiring doctor conversation: licorice root teas, concentrated herbal extracts, blends with multiple active ingredients. Timing with medications: space herbal tea from medications by 1 to 2 hours. Take medications with plain water. The water rule: for every cup of herbal tea, drink equal plain water during the day. Red flag symptoms: new ankle swelling, significant urination changes, dark urine, unexplained fatigue, nausea, heart palpitations, dizziness when standing, stop and contact your doctor. Have honest conversations with healthcare providers about herbal tea habits. Don't assume they'll ask. I'm not telling you to stop medications. I'm not saying all herbal teas are dangerous. I'm sharing information from recent research that rarely makes it into mainstream conversations. Think critically. Respect your body's changes. Make decisions based on your individual context. Your kidneys have worked for you your entire life. They deserve consideration in return. In the comments, tell me which tea you drink most. Have you experienced symptoms that might connect to herbal products? What topic do you want next? Liver supplements, OTC pain medications, sleep aids? Subscribe for more videos about health fine print. Share this with someone who drinks herbal teas regularly over 60. Herbal teas can be lovely. They provide hydration, comfort, relaxation, and genuine benefits in the right contexts. But context is everything. What works for a 30-year-old might not work for a 70-year-old. What's fine in small amounts might be problematic in large amounts. Understand your context. Make choices accordingly. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.